My name is Mike Ryan. I'm a postulant at Moreau. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. I graduated from Notre Dame in 2012, studied civil engineering.
And my name's Dolphin. Like Mike, I'm also a postulant here at Moreau. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware. I graduated from Drexel University in 2009 with a degree in information systems.
After I graduated, I worked in Detroit for a year and a half and then Chicago for 3.5 years for a general contractor as an engineer / superintendent. So in Detroit, we worked on a government building, and then in Chicago, worked on a high-rise downtown.
And I worked as a software engineer for a couple years after graduation. I started out in the healthcare industry, where I worked on a product that's used in hospitals to keep track of patients' electronic medical records. And then after that, I moved to a different company in the telecommunications industry, where I worked on a product that was used internally there.
Leaving work was difficult for me because for 5 years I had become proficient at what we did and was on an exciting project, enjoyed the people I worked with, and was decent at what we did. So it was a difficult decision for me to leave, but one that I had thought a lot about and realized was the right decision to make at the time.
Yeah, I kind of had similar sentiments as Mike because I worked for some pretty good companies with some good people. And I think a lot of the identity that I had about myself was where I worked and what I did what I did from the normal 9 to 5. But after a while, I kind of realized that really wasn't the best fit for me, that there was something else out there. And I was always a little restless at work towards the end. So that kind of helped me be a little more comfortable to take the step and come visit Moreau and see what Holy Cross was all about.
Something that was really helpful for me as I decided to leave was talking to a few of the coworkers I was close with, and their reaction to it was actually pretty reaffirming and encouraging. Just some of the things they said, that they could see me doing that. It was just really good to hear that, but also to explain myself and why I was making this decision was a really important thing for me to be able to articulate that to other people.
Yeah, and I had a similar experience with that, just explaining to some of my friends, even before I came out to visit Moreau, that this thing that was kind of on my mind, like a religious vocation, and just seeing what their reaction, they were definitely surprised, but at the same time, I think they were understanding of it. And yeah, just to kind of go through what was on my mind, what led me to there was definitely reaffirming and helped me be a little more confident that, hey, just coming out to visit Moreau was the right thing for me.
What was the hardest part of you for leaving?
There's definitely a sense of independence, with working and kind of doing your own thing. Even it's not like I was a lone ranger in the office, but there was always a sense of I kind of my day-to-day schedule. I had a lot more, authority or autonomy than I would, here where our day isn't totally regimented, but it's a lot more structure than just kind of go to work and do whatever. So that was
for me, the most difficult part was just the sense of security that I had at work. We're making money, I have my own apartment, friends, can go out, can do what I want when I want, and to make a decision to actively leave that and go to seminary, a different lifestyle, was pretty difficult. But again, one that after I prayed and thought about it enough, it just was the only decision to make.
Yeah, and that kind of reminds me too, because living by yourself after living alone for a while, it's a lot different being around 40 other people. And for the most part, for me, it's been a total blessing here just to talk to the other guys here in the house and hear what their experiences are. And I think we definitely have a lot of support for one another, and we help each other out when we have bad days or something like that, or just we have days where it's we're not sure why we're here. I think the community definitely is a very strong part of what we have here at Moreau.
Has it been difficult for you to go from 8 years out of college to back into college classes?
At times. Starting out, it was almost like my brain was put on the shelf for a little bit, so I was a little rusty when it comes back to doing academic work. And it's definitely a different dynamic being one of the older students in the class.
It was the grandfathers.
The grandfather, or maybe the uncle there, we'll call it uncle. But yeah, it was definitely a different experience there, but it's great to interact with the students that are on campus, and I think they kind of look at us and I include you here too, they kind of look at us a little differently since we're the the elder statesmen in the room. So
No, I said
fun.
grandfathers plural.
Yeah, okay. I said
Myself. One of the interesting things for me is that you and I are both older than most of our classmates, but just like a sense of shared purpose and like that commonality kind of brings us all together and transcends age and maturity and life experience.
Because we all need to learn about Descartes no matter what our point in life is.
Yes, exactly.